titled Structural Equation Modeling Analysis of the Relationship Among Students' Intellectual Supports, Attitudes, and Achievement in Calculus, published in the SDSSU Multidisciplinary Research Journal and ASEAN Citation Index Journal. His expertise extends to simulation and modeling in the realms of economics, food and health security, as well as crop and livestock productivity and market access for disadvantaged populations. He has presented his research at numerous international conferences, including Scientific Forum in Jiangxi Province, China, where he presented his study predicting poverty incidence using indexes of human development and competitive industrial performance. With 19 research articles published at the moment in various nationally and internationally recognized journals, including CHED accredited, Scopus Index, and ASEAN Citation Index journals, our resource speaker attained the rank of Associate Professor 4 in the recent faculty reclassification of SUC in the Philippines. Currently, he is leading a funded research project titled Upholding the Needed Livelihood That Agsornons Deserve Through Upland Sustainable Agroforestry Development, an Impact Analysis, or UNLAD sa USAD, focused on the impact assessment of the USAD program among farmer enrollees in the province of Agusan del Sur. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Associate Professor Mark Vincent T. Cortez.
Hi po, good afternoon everyone. I hope that you're not yet tired of listening. So we are now down to the last topic for the Teach Sirit Sit. And allow me to introduce myself again. My name is Mark Vincent Cortez, a faculty member of Agusa del Sur State College of Agriculture and Technology. So my task is to discuss regarding the topic titled Make It Right, no, writing research and getting published. Okay, question. To start with, I would like to raise a question. What are the driving forces for an individual to engage in writing research? All right. Whether it is for promotion, no, for our reclassification, same po na siya, or a requirement from our diploma or our program, or it could be that is our passion to contribute in generating new knowledge. Wow, passionate kayo. So, um, regardless of that, I hope you will always make it right. So, next, please. All right, so these are the following topics that we are going to discuss this afternoon, the last topic that we have. I'm going to introduce to you the different formats for in writing research and how to start writing publishable papers based on my experience and what are the basic parts of publishable research papers. Okay, next please. Right. So you should know the difference between the different formats of research papers. First is we have institutional format and we have the format prescribed in international scientific indexing. So for institutional format, we do have that in different academic institution. Uh, it is only good for a respective institution, no? Kanang we have different man gyud nga format from PNU, from CSU, from NEMSU, and ASCAT. So that is an institutional research format. So for ISI, we do have kanang prescribed nga format, and that is the IMRAD. So next, please. So for the IMRAD, it stands for Introduction, Methods or Methodology, Results, and Discussion. Right. So IMRAD is actually no, as you can see that literature review is not being mentioned. However, the literature review is already embedded in the introduction, as well as we do have that for the objectives of the study. So as you can see that it is an inverted right triangle because for the introduction, it is unsa siya deductive. So from general na to nga perspective down to the specific. Sige, mo na tong identified problem. So for the discussion, that would be also an baliktad, no? For our introduction because for the discussion specific to what is our result, then supported with the literature, it generalized, right? So that makes sense of answering questions of why, no, why you are conducting the study, how will you solve the identified problem, and what are the essential results, no, significant results of your study, and so what? So in crafting your research question, you have to ask what, so what, now what? Right. Next, please. Right. So IMRAD is actually kanang arbitrary, is not arbitrary publication format, but rather it is a direct reflection, no, of the process of the scientific inquiry or discovery. So that is why IMRAD ang prescribed, no, structure in ISI. Pero I know that there are also often na mga little variation as to the journal's format. However, always na siya available, no, ang there is always an instruction to authors available on their website. So, mean to say, as a researcher, you are obliged to seek for the author's guideline. So, this is an example of the first thing you have to consider in choosing your journal. Okay? As what I have kung ano kanang experience, kung bago lang ta nga researcher, you really have to know your community. What I am saying is that if you are choosing a journal, make it sure that your discipline is aligned sa iyaha. No, kanang you can contribute to their scope, ilahang discipline, the area. You really have to consider that. So it's imperative now for you to read the author's guideline. Yeah, next, please. Right. Because nowadays there are many predatory journals and we don't want you to subscribe on that platform. As much as possible, you really have to cross-validate your journals. Kay lisod na nga quality kaya atong paper hinaguan nato siya and then namali tagpili sa journal na publishan. So unsay consequences ana? Ha? Dili siya usually ma-cite. Less ang worth niya. So how do we validate the journal iyahang legitimacy? So there are many master list of journals catering to validate sa Scopus ba na siya, ACI, or we do have Web of Science. First is you may check that in Clarivate. So input lang ninyo ang title or it could be ISSN mo verify siya if that journal is currently listed. Okay, sometimes there are also journals na uh, apart siya sa indexing, however, na discontinue. So lahi po na siya. You have to be careful on that. Okay? Na victim na po ko na before. Sa ako ang experience, during sa ako ang pag-cross-validate, yes, ni-appear siya na legitimate siya. Legit yun siya as an Scopus. However, as I already paid a certain amount, so we will talk about that kanang mga kung ano fees, kay naamag yun na siya, whether you like it or not, lagi na publication fees. And then, pag-publish niya for that certain month, like July na publish, sa June pa lang daidaan na discontinue na ang ilahang subscription. O di ba murag siya nga, uy, wala na ako napuslan sa ako ang promotion because my motivation is to be promoted. So, also, aside from Clarivate, we do have also, next please, we have Saimago. No? So you can also check in Saimago. So anyway, I'm going to give you the slides para makuha niyo ang link, no? Saimago, and we do have Scopus, which is powered by Elsevier. So kung imo lang entry, key in lang ninyo ang iyang title and the ISSN, then you can get now the list. And also the ASEAN Citation Index, so ACI. So I know that murag siguro ACI kay we do have USTP, we do have NEMSU, we have also USAP para sa mga ACI. And that, kani akong gina-mention nga mga ACI, Scopus, Web of Science, these are mga reputable international nga scientific indexing. Right? And now, so leading to, we have already man prior knowledge kung unsa nga publication, what are the journals nga ato ang target, kibali. So now, we will start of how to write our publishable papers. So as far as I remember, there are 12 steps to do that. First is that choose a research topic. Very important that you have to consider your research topic that is timely, interesting, relevant, and feasible. No? Kay sa research topic, if that is not timely and interesting, so ang mahitabuan na less ang iyahang viewers, less yang readers. And we are aiming to be cited, di ba? It would be very privileged to us kanang pag ma-cite ta from different authors, sa mga researchers, labi na from different countries. Ayun lang, India, joke. Racist. Joke lang. Off the record, please. So, mga Bangladesh, mga na. So, we know mga certain countries nga very proliferate kayo sila in terms of kung ano. So, lisod kayo na sila i-verify kung asa ang mali. So, next step. So, once you are already kanang decided on what particular research topic, next is you have to review the literature so that you have the baseline information of asa ka jump start nimo ba? I-level off nimo imong knowledge from those existing literature. Kay lisod kayo nga might be you are conducting or duplicating already another research. Lisod na pud kay na, no? So it's very important that part of your pag-conceptualize is you already reviewed the literature related to your research topic. All right. And also leading to formulating research question and hypothesis, because from there, sa imuhang na-review nga literature, well, actually, ang literature review can be also published. Basin ko ano ba, there are many articles na literature review. So, can be also published kung how lang ta. Another session na po na, sir, no? Sige, so from there, you can find, no? You can identify of unsa pa nga mga research areas or the research gap na or what are the areas that needs to be explored. So dira niyo makita nga okay, from the literature wala pa day sila nag-mix method because sa ilaha other researchers are just doing quanti, quali, wala pa man di ay mixed method nga kuan unsa sir convergent parallel. Oh, so that's already a gap of which mo na naimuhang contribution to the body of knowledge. Oh, bravo. Sana all. Now, because of that, wala din kay ko ano, input of what would be the research design you're going to use. Dili na ko mag-quali, di na ko mag-quanti. That's so basic. So, diretso ta sa mixed method. Thank you for the input, sir. Kay maka-mixed method na ginmitanan. Right. Then, that's where you will decide also how to collect data and then analyze the data. So, very easy. Basta nalay kwarta na aming mga statistician to do that. So, and then interpret the result. Now, I would like to emphasize, no, I would like to share to you ako ang personal nga note-taking in conducting a literature review. Next, please. So, this is actually my kanang template, no? Sa pag note-taking na ako, that the first na akong column would be the title. Sulat na akong title. Syempre, no, you already identified imuhang research topic. So tanan i-google gyud na nimo research topic nimo, i-plus nimo ISI, di ba sa Google Scholar, i-modify nimo so that masort niya, no? Like topic nimo is poverty incidence plus, no? Unsa atong ibutang nga area, Asia plus ISI dapat nga journal ako mga references dili ko gusto predatory. You have to put jud key in imong ISI para the search engine will give you only literature that are published sa ISI specific to poverty incidents. See? So makita na nimo no, isulat yung title, author niya and year kay very sa atong ang bayang mga thesis no usually we demand nga ang author or ang year niya must publish not later than 5 years. Way butang jud nato. Okay. And also the country. Dili ta mag racist ta. Dili ko ani. So methods, data set, significant factors. So sa ato academic performance in mathematics, what are the significant factors or what are the variables have been explored related to academic performance in mathematics? For example, natin gibutang din na kuan siya significant di ay ang parenting style. So ibutang na nimo din ha, no? Because that makes you give that will give you an idea ay dili na siguro ko mag-explore regarding sa parenting style kinaa naman dai siya, no? All right, so even the direction of influence. Kay base di I know nga we can this kana we can unsa na we cannot prove nga the same day inyong result direction it could be positive sa iya sa imong study turn out to be negative. So ibutang gid siya dira plus ba or minus. So it's up to you on how to code it. Just make it sure nga naamoy kanang template namo ani nga inventory sa inyong literature. And then insignificant factors. Kay kana insignificant factors dili na I'm not kuan na dili siya consistent. Usually pag insignificant factors, wala na nako siya gina-include sa ako ang mga selection for the variables. So something like that. Right? You can do this in international platform or kanang mga from different countries and then the local pod. Ayo kalimti nga we have also publishers, we have also researchers in Philippines. So at least naagya pun kay literature you can get from it. Okay? Next please. So step 7 is diri na. You really have to write your paper. Writing your paper magsugod jud siya sa asa man magsugod sa pag-ampo. Lord, natagi kong strength, Lord, og saktong wisdom. Kay actually, ang pinakalisod yun in doing research is ang pagsugod. Agay, asa man ko magsugod? oh, oh. Or else you can start by enumerating all your motivations. Ay, ala, kinahanglan na ako ma-promote for this year. Or no, something para mabayaran ako kung loan. Ano, dapat so anyway, so write the paper, then actually sa experience na ako, I don't settle for only writing my paper in one draft. Karang ginabasa na ako siya many times, pero siguro third times magin nako siya para makayon ko okay, murag na polish na nako akong paper, murag okay na siguro ni i-submit sa journal, murag ana ba. Or you can ask to have mentoring sa inyo mga kauban with the same discipline so that they can give you insights kung unsa what are the things need to be improved. So ana na siya. And revise and edit. So that's very unsa na siya, basic na gina siya, requirement na siya in writing your research paper. Again, write, revise, edit, balik ko na po mo write, and then submit to journals. So, dito natano sa submit to journals, kato kong gi-discuss earlier, be cautious na mo careful na mo in choosing your journals, nga make it sure nga these are not predatory journals. Okay. And respond to reviewer comments. Kung perfect inyong paper, wala i-comment ang reviewer, pero lisod kayo na suntok sa buwan na siya nga mayon nga walay comment ang reviewer kay kita nga mga Pinoy mahilig kita mangita og mali. Siguro mga babae ray makatama dira kay they are always right. So, sige. So respond to reviewer comments. No, so pag comment na so after siguro ma-finalize na nimo kay there are kuan pud kanang lisod jud kay nga mga reviewers sir basing isa ka dito sa akong mga reviewers ba nga murag isuda ani iya ginapangayo oy pero it would be a challenging on your part labi na kanang masatisfy na ang reviewer nga siya nga okay na with no kanang minor revision ready for publication na imong paper kana murag malipay na ka so that is why you need to celebrate imo ka 11 nga step kung makadawat na kag certificate or notice of publication kana yay pero repeat mo 'di ba celebrate and repeat celebrate kung madawat ma-accept na imuhang paper but repeat kay taas ba jud kayo ang probability of rejection. Tinuod gid kayo na siya. So do not lose hope pag makadawat ka og kanang rejection. Kay dili ko motuo kani nga atong mga legendary nga mga researchers wala sila niagi og rejection. Niagi gyud na sila tanan. Imposible. Wala pa siguro buhi karon nga wala niagi rejection. So kana siya, that would be your stepping stone, no? That would be your higher platform na pod to learn from your mistakes. So kana siya din na nga, you will improve by kanang incorporating the learnings from the reviewers. And then one ang question nga, will you continue in writing research paper after getting a rejection? Okay, so it's up to you. Find your motivation again in writing your paper. Okay? Sige, next. Hi, hapit na. Pila na ramday ka oras gibili ni sir sa ako, good ba? So we are down to third na to nga subtopic which is what are the basic parts of publishable papers? We do have title, no? The common one na title na to ginabutang kay those are the variables, di ba? Independent, dependent variables and it's up to us kung qualitative or quantitative. Magdepende siya sa construction sa imong title. Right. And then the authors, the affiliation, then abstract. So sa abstract na to, usually sa mga very strict nga mga journals, no more than 100 words. So, pero nga po yung mga dili kayo kung ano 250 words are kuan enough, right? Composition for this abstract, you have to discuss what is the study about. So simple as that, kanang direct, concise ang imuhang input from this. And what method of analysis was done and main findings of the study and the conclusion. So wrap it up into one paragraph only and then add the keywords. The keywords, kanang 5 nga keywords, very crucial po na siya, no? Kay sometimes we neglect the importance of the keywords. Ang keywords are the terms nga gina-key in sa search engine so that your paper will be unsa na will flash o nga na ma-visible siya mas dali siya ma-search kay daghan betag mga research papers no and then so dili makita ang iyang optimization murag sa iyahang visibility sa online. Now next is so I gave you an example of my published nga research article in NEMSU which incorporates katong mga parts sa abstract. The one that I highlighted sa abstract. Sige. So, balik sa dako, sir. Sorry. So, ang title sa research paper nako, Structural Equation Modeling Analysis of the Relationship Among Students, Intellectual Supports, Attitudes and Achievement in Calculus. Tama tong ingon ni sir. Nga maingat nga, if we settle for determining the significant relationship, dili na gyud na siya kuan pasok sa banga. Dili na siya saleable, dili na gyud siya kanang tama ba ko sir no pag yun nga significant relationship lang from achievement in calculus o atong butangan ng student intellectual support na. Dali ra jud kay na human na dayon nabayadran na din ang reviewer. So inato na kadali mag-reject. So we tend to elevate sa amo ang analysis. Sa quanti, nga instead of magsettle me of multiple linear regression analysis, among ibutang sa higher form niya nga structural equation modeling para medyo lisod-lisod para paminawon. Pero actually same lang mo nagko ano, yung ana gyud siya kay para lang gyud okay something new kay walay nakadungog about sa structural equation modeling. Sige, publish nato na siya pero pag linear relationship between wa na X na dayon na siya. So mas kuan ka na my advice is for you to explore gyud unsa tong mga timely nga mga analysis. Kung mag-quanti ka, make it sure nga you are giving us katong mga new nga techniques sa analysis or kung gusto ka mag mixed method mo to akong ang kuano kay sir nga new approach in analyzing our research problem is through mixed method and we can do that so that mas dali siya ma-publish. Okay, mao man gyud atong purpose nga ma-publish siya. Right, sige next sir. So what are the basic parts of publishable papers? So katong Ibrad nga akong giingon, no, we do have introduction, methodology, results, and discussion, pero part of the introduction is the conceptual and theoretical framework. And then we do have also the last part, the conclusion and references. So I would like to emphasize sa references nato, kung gusto nato, if we target kanang mga ISI nga journals, make it sure that all of your references also must be coming from ISI. Ayaw pagkuha og kana predatory because based on my experience pag submit na ako gibalik sa reviewer nakaingon nga I cannot find your references in ISI. Sorry, wala ko na inform, ako na orient nga ana day siya. So ilaha lang gina recognize nga mga journal are those coming from reputable nga ISI. So kung atong target is for ISI, atong references must be also from ISI. Is that clear? Yes. Sige, go. Next is, let's focus on our introduction, no? Kay, we do have different way of writing style nato, no? Pero, as I observe sa mga comments sa mga different reviewers, naa sila kanang technique in establishing the coherence of your discussion. Nga dapat mo siya, you are something, or you are telling a story. Nga dapat, wala siya putol, kanang from one paragraph to another paragraph, dapat natuhog yun na siya down to the last paragraph of your introduction to make it catchy, no? To make it interesting. First part na ako na observe is that you have to make kanang concise nga description of what is your study, in which you have to emphasize, i-highlight nimo of the identified problem. Kanang problem yun, i-highlight nimo nga, that's the essence of what we're conducting the research is for you to solve the identified problem. Yun siya. And it can make an impact to the community or it can give additional knowledge sa inyong discipline. So, next is because you already established, no, you identified the problem of your research. Now, kuhaon kibali nimo what are the perspective, what do other authors say about the topic. So kung nakita nimo that there is a problem regarding to the performance of student in calculus, ibutang ginimutan dito ang literature that are relevant to the academic performance. So unsa day ang gibuhat? Unsa gibuhat from the country of Bangladesh, sa kuan, US, unsa day ilahang mga with the same problem sa academic performance. Imo siya i-consolidate katong what we have done sa note taking. What are the significant factors? Ibutang nimo siya dito. Unsa ang ilang mga strategy and usually unsa nga mga methods ilang gigamit. So, for you to clearly establish your research gap. Okay, dili man jud makita no sa ato ang second paragraph from our introduction that we are leading to the research gap. Okay. Daghan man day jud literature, however, there is a specific area in the discipline that have not yet been explored. So mao to siyang imuhang diri ko mosulod. So dili sa tanang panahon imong sudlan. Mangita ra ka og area nga worth it ang imong pagsulod. Okay. So next, what are the gaps in the knowledge based on the literature reviewed? So that is also connected to what is your paragraph in the second. No? So imong ibutang dito nga, so quali man ang gigamit sa PICAS, quanti, and why not corroborating it with mixed method, quanti, and quali. So that would be addressing another research gap. So it makes sense or interesting kay something new, no? Murag imuha ng unique idea in contributing sa atong knowledge. Okay. So how do you intend to address these gaps? So this will address to your research design. So unsa man imong way of answering to your identified problem. Next, please. So this is kind of example, no? What is the study about? So this study examines, pero naka-embed na siya sa first paragraph. I know that you have kanang unique way of writing introduction, pero do not forget that the main purpose of the first paragraph is for you to discuss the concept of your study. So next, please. Next, part two, what do other authors say about the topic? So, based on the literature, ano siya. Next, part three is the research gap. So, very clear from the third paragraph that you are establishing a research gap. So, a gap persists in the literature regarding blah, 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 blah. So, klaro na dito nga, you have this initial analysis regarding to your related literature. Okay. Fourth is how do you intend to address this gap? So using, because I have the problem already, so using the structural equation modeling, we plan to analyze this, blah, blah, blah. So that is the plan that I am proposing to answer the identified problem. Next, please. So next is part of the introduction is also your conceptual framework. And I know that you have already a discussion regarding to this, nga dapat ang conceptual framework must mag-back up, no, sa theory, or the conceptual framework must be generated out from the theory that you have kuan ka nang use or utilize. So from this example next, please, na ay social cognitive theory has been and used to craft katong sa conceptual framework. So down mo the conceptual framework na dayon. So these are the underlying theories. Next, please. So the methodology, 254 na, 6 minutes na lang yun. How to write a methodology. So sa methodology, usually, dili na siya naka-subtopic. Nay ubang journals format nga wala na siya gi-subtopic or diretso na gyud siya into different paragraphs that you have to discuss part one, research design, research respondents, research instrument data gathering procedure, and statistical treatment. Research design, you just have to choose quali, quanti, or mix. But as Sir what has been said nga, pag mix gani, you have to specify unsa prototype niya. Research respondents, so very clear kung unsa nga mga research respondents area niya kung asa siya gigather gi-collect. And then you can also include here ang imong technique of getting the samples or the sampling size by Slovene, by unsa pa tong uban Rausoff. Okay, yes. And data gathering procedure kung unsa imong gigamit to collect the data. Kung nagkuan ba ka, nag-float ba ka, nag-administer ba ka og survey instrument or nakanda kang in-depth interview for qualitative or nag-FGD ba ka, focus group discussion. So you have to include it here. And statistical treatment unsa nga way in analyzing your data. Sige, next please. So example of the methodology. So wala ninyo nakita no nga na kung ano siya na subtopic na gi-separate siya into its different parts. Pero make sure nga all of those content parts of methodology must be also na incorporate. Okay, next please. So how to write results in discussion. So based sa to ang mga previous nato nga mga published articles, we do have three different parts ana. Presentation of the result, it can be in a tabular or graphical, no? So usually sa ISI, makita na ako, based lang sa akong observation, most of them presented siya in a tabular form. So kana siya. Analysis of the result, interpretation of the result. So next please. Presentation is through a tabular form. I know nga different na po siya, no. You can always select graphical presentation depending on your data. Kung nakay gusto i-emphasize, especially nga it's a distribution, no, of a whole, so you can make a pie chart, no, bar graph or anything nga that would make it easier to understand. So mo na siya inyong goal sa results and discussion. Pero as what I have said, ang usual nga ginapakita is in a tabular form. Sige, next. So this is a form of analysis of the result wherein medyo objective siya when we say analysis of the result, that you have to uh, mention the R value, the P value, and what does it says when we say greater than 0.05 for the level of significance. Do we have to reject or not to reject the HO? So mo na siya dira for analysis of the result. However, for the next ni mga paragraph, that would be interpretation na siya. So do not get confused when we say analysis of interpretation. Pag may interpretation, mura siya, you are already making a sentence nga in layman's term so that everyone can understand. Murag i-simplify yun mo siya. Kay not all of us, no, kay na ay background siguro sa kanang nga test o unsa nga ang pasabutan nga result. So, ang interpretation nimo na make it simplified tapos i-back up nimo tong mga unsa, back up. Back up isa ko, sir. Back up na to is ang literature na to. So, mana siya. So, nato interpretation of the result. Next is we have sa conclusion na. So, conclusion should be concise and effectively summarize the findings and arguments presented in the research. So, sometimes, unsa tong kanang the easiest way for us to answer our objectives of the study or the problems, no, sa atong study is through a conclusion. So unsa man siya kung katong highlight yun nga result sa inyong study. So if you think nga there is a significant relationship, so ang imong conclusion ana nga affected di ay ang imong academic performance by the or vice versa. So that is how you make your conclusion. And references, naman may kuan discussion regarding ato sa APA format, no? So we won't tackle it anymore as long as you understand the rules and conventions of the 7th edition, which is the updated one of the APA style for formatting the paper, citing sources, and presenting the research findings effectively. Okay, to end my discussion, always remember that choose to be right, not left. So sometimes you make the right decision, but sometimes also you are making the decision right. And that would be all. Daghang salamat. God bless us all.
Ayan. Thank you so much, Professor Cortez. I think there is a question raised in the chat box. I see someone is raising a hand. Um, Ma'am Fe? Um, yes, Sir Tony.